Shalom, and welcome back to Bnei Noach Academy, Thoughts on the Torah. Please remember to hit the like button, to subscribe, and most importantly, to share this insight and inspiration with friends and family. So if you look into the book of Exodus, chapter 21, verses 12 and 13, it discusses the law or the laws of one who, God forbid, takes the life of another human being unintentionally. In other words, we're talking about not a bad person, no intent to hurt someone. Maybe he was a little callous, a little negligent, but certainly had no intention of hurting anyone, let alone take someone's life. And yet the Torah imposes a very severe punishment on this person. It's not imprisonment, but it's actually an exile. It's a form of being exiled. You have to go to the cities of refuge. Yes, it's also to save your life. In other words, to make sure that the next of kin cannot exact any revenge against you. But at the same time, it's a severe type of punishment because you are now uprooted from everything that you're familiar with, from perhaps not only your place of comfort, but also your place of earning a living, and your familiar surroundings, your friends, your family, and now you have to go to a distant city and be there almost as a displaced person. In fact, one of the primary commentaries in Kabbalists on the Torah explains that the punishment of, quote, exile is in a sense even worse than capital punishment, because you have to constantly live with it, and you live in a place which is foreign to you, which is not your own, so to speak, not your own and comfortable place. And the question really begs, what is it? Why? Why is this person being punished? What is it that the person did already? At the end of the day, something just went, I guess, out of their control. Something went awry, and someone died. Okay, it's a terrible thing, which this person feels bad about. But why would this person need to be punished? Why does this person need to atone for it? There was no intent. There was no premeditated or in any way, any meditation in doing this. It happened. But that is precisely the point. You see, we live in a society that just says, it kind of happened. It's not my fault. What can I do about it? Or I'm sorry. The Torah tells us for certain things, that doesn't suffice. It doesn't work. If, God forbid, something so terrible could have came through you, that perhaps that person had to die, but by divine providence, some reason, God chose it that you be that person, or as a result of your slight negligence or callousness, someone else should die, a human being should lose their life, this is something that you need to really check yourself. This is already an indicator. This is the sensors going off that there's something inherently wrong in your soul, in your being. Even though outwardly, not only to the world, not only to others, to yourself, you seem like you're a pretty good person. You don't feel like you have anything so deficient. This is the sign. Something is wrong. Because if something wasn't wrong, then God would never let it happen that a person, another human being, should lose their life at your hands or because of your actions. So this is a very important lesson. Of course, God willing, this should never, ever happen to us. That, God forbid, something so severe should come about because of us. But in our lives, we need to take a lesson from this and reflect, check ourselves. How many times or for how many things do we say, well, I'm sorry, I didn't really mean it, or, perhaps we were a little careless and someone else got hurt. Someone else got hurt financially. Someone else was offended without us even realizing it, or let me say, intending it. These are the type of things that we need to take extra care, pay extra attention. And that is perhaps the lesson here, that even though you didn't mean to do it, but if it happened through you, you have a responsibility. You need to take it seriously.